Hello everyone, my name is Lucius Constantine. Welcome to the show. Today I finished reading The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. It is a 2014 book written by Ryan Holiday, who worked for Robert Greene, who wrote 48 Laws of Power, which is a controversial book in its own right. Anyways, Robert Greene writes about in The Obstacle is the Way, stoicism, and provides many obstacles. Many characters who have faced obstacles and who have overcome their challenges. He mentions Demosthenes, who was wrongfully accused by his masters and elders, who had a stomach problem, who, instead of giving up, hid himself in a cave, shaved off half his head, and sought to learn how to read and write. He taught himself how to read and write in a cave while shaving his head, half his head, and proving that he could beat the masters who transgressed against him. It also mentions Reuben Hurricane Carter in 1937 to 2014 was wrongfully convicted of murder, who overcome challenges faced upon him by society. He went to the prison library and read all the law books he can, and eventually set himself free. To Amelia Earhart, who sailed across the Pacific twice, I believe, or once, I'm not sure, to Thomas Edison, who laboratory burned down, and all he said was, look, to his relative, look, you will never see a fire like this again. And he also said, I will start like this again tomorrow. The book begins with Marcus Aurelius in 170 AD, who sat down and began to write during the palace of Rome. He faced He faced rebellion and constant attacks, but did not let him disparage him against who he was or who he is as a person. The book champions the popular notion in alternative guru type people who such as Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, Sam Harris. I'm not sure about Sam Harris, but and Robert Greene, and now Ryan Holiday, in their message of personal responsibility, which is also championed by Ben Shapiro, which essentially states you cannot change the fact of what happens to you. You can change what you do with it that happens. Although I don't believe in free will, I have no current counterargument against this belief, so I have nothing more to say on the matter. But Ryan Holiday also mentions the inner citadel, which is the sanctuary in our heart that cannot be put down, a stoicism precept. He also mentions Friedrich Nietzsche, a German philosopher of the 18th to 19th century, of amor fati, which means to love one fate. Now, some would argue that Nietzsche was against stoicism, for it promoted weakness and resignation. So there is a bit of confusion as to why he included Nietzsche in this. And as I am a fan of Nietzsche and have read all his works except for his unpublished notes. However, it is a good quote, and you can use good quotes whenever you need to, even if you don't fully agree with the philosophy behind it. The Brian Holiday is a YouTube stoic who promotes stoicism and betterment and self-improvement. He he talks to athletes, politicians, and leaders all across the nation, and he worked for Robert Greene while he was working for 48 Laws of Power. I am interested in reading that book. However, I am not in any way a rush to read it. I enjoyed this book for what it was. It was a clean, easy to read writing style. I finished it in two sittings and in 2 days. and took a lot of notes from it. And you can learn a lot from Ryan Holiday's lecture videos and commentaries on YouTube. He's written several other books. Some are bestsellers, such as The Ego is the Way or The Obstacle is the Way. He interviewed Jocko Willink, who was also in the podcast with Ryan Holiday, which is 4 hours long, which I have seen, which is very nice and very good as well. If you're interested in Stoicism, then you might want to read this or other books about Stoicism. Ryan Holiday in the the obstacle is the way said not to read books about Stoicism because they're all bad, which it probably is the case. Although I haven't read it, I've read much about Stoicism as much as I've read about existentialism or German philosophy, which is often very depressing. Thank you all for watching. I hope you had a good day, and thank you for watching. It really means a lot, and it truly means a lot that you have stuck with me for those who have through all these years in the past and in the present, and hopefully in the future. My previous video had a content ID, which is unfortunate. I would figure that WGM doesn't tyrannize over classical music since it expired the copyright date for 75 to 85 years, given how old it is. However, they have officially content ID'd my last video, so sorry if you can't watch it. It's not my doing. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you, and goodbye.